let us talk about the game that we are attending on Saturday, Alabama at Wisconsin. And after week 1, I was like, Ari, did we make a mistake? Did we make a mistake going to this game? Because Alabama looked unstoppable in week 1 against Western Kentucky. Wisconsin has not looked particularly great yet. But Alabama against USF, now, things got considerably better when Alabama brought Pritchett in at right tackle because he was not playing. And remember, Caden Proctor's not playing because he's hurt. So they were without both their starting tackles. And I think this is proof positive of what I've been saying all along. Nobody's deep enough to be injury-proof anymore. Not even Alabama. They were a completely different team against USF. They were struggling. They could have lost to USF if they had not made that change. And they were
trying 5 years ago, their third team line would probably all start for USF immediately.
Correct.
So, yeah, are they both playing?
I would assume Pritchett is playing because he played because they needed him to, and they were trying to hold him out, but he was dressed and he played. It sounded from what Kalen DeBoer said that they were trying to get Proctor ready for this.
Okay.
So if they both play, I have no qualms taking Alabama to cover 15.5 on the road.
I mean, we are 2 games in this year together.
But I can't believe we're talking about that with Alabama. Like, if this one guy doesn't play, it changes the pick.
Well, no, it doesn't. I think we've been to 2 games this year, and both times the visiting team has beat the crap out of the home team. So I think
I'm not even talking about the home field advantage. I'm just talking about
I know, but
Alabama that was in a 2-point or a 1-point game with USF.
Yeah,
might struggle in this game.
I don't think so.
Okay,
I think that Alabama is. I don't know. How much does the USF game tell us about who Alabama is? I guess, from a depth standpoint, that makes
does.
Sense,
because
it didn't last year.
Yeah, but they weren't playing the same starting quarterback last year.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Jalen Milroe started. They built the offense around Jalen Milroe this year.
Yeah, and they were playing like quarterback. Right,
and USF's defense is good. Todd Orlando is a good defensive coordinator who does some things that, especially if it's an offensive line that has not played together much yet, that they might struggle from a communication standpoint, might let some guys go unblocked. But I don't know that it should be that different when you have to go to your backups, except that we know that in the NIL era and the transfer portal era, it's just things are moving more efficiently. And somebody who would have been on the bench at Alabama before, who was capable of starting at some other place, you could play Prize Picks anytime you want because they've got the NFL, they've got the WNBA, they've got darts, they've got esports, you name it. But the board is going to be stacked for college football early in the week, and you can start having some fun with college football and Prize Picks. So you play $5, you get $50 instantly if you use the code Staples. Prize Picks is the most fun daily fantasy game in the world. You're playing against the number. There's going to be a total number of yards for, let's say, a receiver or a quarterback. So in the game that we're talking about with Kansas and UNLV, Jalen Daniels, they'll be probably, he can throw for more than or fewer than this many yards. He can run for more than or fewer than this many yards, combined rushing and receiving. And you decide, is it going to be more than? Is it going to be less than? You pick that square. You pick at least 2 squares. You can pick more than that. And the more you pick, the higher the potential payout. So download that Prize Picks app. Use the code Staples. Play 5. Get 50 instantly. And also, all year or all month long, you play Caleb Williams with the Bears. And as he throws for a yard, you win that square. So he did throw for a yard.
That was actually kind of a close one.
It was close. He threw for a yard. The Bears won. He didn't throw for a lot of yards, but he did throw for a yard. So you're going to get him every week this month as well. So download that Prize Picks app, code Staples, play 5, get 50. They're now starting at that other place.
Hey, do you know off the top of your head what the final score of the Bama USF game was?
It was 42-16.
Because once they went up and got into the 30s, I stopped paying attention.
They scored on their last 3 possessions. So it's one of those things. If you just looked at the score, you have no idea what actually happened in the game.
Yeah, they were only up by 1 in the beginning of the fourth quarter, and
Yeah.
then they won 42-16.
And that's when Elijah Pritchett came into the game.
So
Like the line of demarcation is Pritchett showing up. So if Pritchett's playing and Proctor's playing, they're going to annihilate Wisconsin.
okay. Yeah, I'm going to lay the points here. I did say it didn't last year, but then last year they literally almost lost. This year it was in question in the fourth quarter, so maybe that is almost losing.
But the thing is, the talent level goes up. Now, Byron Brown's a really good quarterback for USF.
Yeah, he is.
But and USF has talent, but Wisconsin's going to be probably on the aggregate more talented than USF. So,
but we also have to take into account here, Andy, and we haven't said a single thing about Wisconsin, that they played in games that were in question in the second half against Western Michigan, a team that Ohio State just beat like 100-0,
right?
And South Dakota at home. Both of those games were like, so like we're not.
They just might not be that good.
They just might not be a very good team this year. So I'm just going to stick with the trend. I think we bring the blowout with us. I think Alabama
so far, I had a run when I was working at SI. I believe it was 2010, where I saw, I want to say 3 or 4 number ones in a row go down. Like if you got voted into number 1 in the AP poll and I showed up at your game, you lost. Like it was when South Carolina beat Alabama, Missouri beat Oklahoma. I can't remember. There was one more in there too, 1 or 2 more. But it was like I was the angel of death for the number 1 team. And I think we bring the blowout to the home team, apparently. So if you would like us to help, you should probably pay us to not come to your team's game.
I'm sorry, Oklahoma fans.
That's right. Ari's going. Now, it may only work when we're together, though.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So, but Tennessee and Oklahoma in week 4, I'll be there. So,
it may only work when we're together. We don't know how this works quite yet. So we'll see what happens. You know, maybe Wisconsin will prove us wrong. But I'm saying if Alabama, even if I'm going to pick it that Alabama covers, I think it's because Alabama will be playing with I don't know if they're fully healthy, but at least fully intact starting offensive line. I don't think Wisconsin's going to be able to hang with them.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Thank you so much for watching. Just a reminder, subscribe to this channel right here so you never miss an episode of Andy Staples on 3. And oh, by the way, watch all the other great videos on the On3 Sports YouTube channel.